Of course, we started already. Hello. Welcome to Adam Does Movies Live. I'm here. I had to pee really quick. I thought I could time it out with the intro, and it didn't work out. Obviously, it didn't work out. Hope you guys are having a good night. This is the Wednesday AMA, short for Ask Me Anything, of course, or Ask Me Anything, which is a little weirder, but still works. I'll be live for a good hour or so. Depends on how lively the chat is. Super chats are always encouraged, of course, and they get featured. But let's get into it. I do have to put the readers on for the majority of this because I'm looking at a monitor. It's just unfortunately where I'm at in life. What a bad time for Adam to fart. Yeah, I wasn't doing that, but you know, you just never know when it's going to happen. Especially at my old age now. We got 2 feet of snow here the other day. How'd y'all make it out? Not great, but it is melting, thankfully, now. I agree with your star, what is that, ST? A 100,000% Star Trek. I also put out a rant on Star Wars today, but that reminds me I should get into it. Here are the things on the channel this week. There was a review of Wuthering Heights, the new Margot Robbie flick, and Jacob Elordi. He drives all the ladies absolutely bananas, and some of the men out there too, I suppose. I didn't care for it. It's one of the... They've made a few versions of this movie over the many years. It's an old book. I heard the book is good. I'm not going to read it, obviously. The movie certainly didn't make me want to read it any further. I then put out it's kind of a good, bad, and the ugly this week on the channel. I had the bad with Wuthering Heights. I had the good. Nope, this is completely wrong. Oh my God, what is this order? Why is this one not showing up? There we go. That guy just didn't want to show up. The good was my review, the full season review of the Game of Thrones prequel, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I thought it was a very quaint, lovely little show. Only ran 6 episodes. I did the half season review, which some people were annoyed at. They're like, you're only covering half the season. The whole season's out. Hurry up and watch it all and then make a review. I like to do a mid-season kind of wrap up, and then I like to do the full season, unless I cover the whole thing at once. And that's different. Like Star Trek, I'm doing every episode. And you can expect a new video for Star Trek Starfleet Academy episode 8. That'll be coming out tomorrow afternoon, because I have to watch the show, unfortunately. Then I have to take copious notes, write jokes, and get the landing to stick when I do the filming. And as an aside, actually, I don't know if I'm going to do it tomorrow. Before I jump into that, let me look. Studio Rumble. Okay, it's not available right now. Damn, I was hoping to be available again. Hopefully it's available tomorrow. I have this deal with Rumble where they let me do this ad for their Rumble wallet, which is just a digital wallet. And I make good money just for running that ad. And so I've been going live every other day on that platform so I can get that ad read in. And I only have to have 10 people watching on Rumble in order to get the ad. And it's always seat of my pants to see if I will get 10 people to just click on the Rumble link and have it stream so I can run the ad. So if you would do me a solid, I'm not asking you to be a Rumble supporter. I'm asking you to be an Adam Does Movies supporter. If you could just follow me over there or just bring up the video as I go live, I would really appreciate it. You don't have to watch it. Essentially, I've been going live just doing my tapings there. So they're kind of a behind the scenes filming, which I understand isn't the most riveting content, but it's a great way for me to get videos out and do those ad reads. And it's helping to pay the bills, which is remarkable. And I don't know how long it's going to go on for, so I'm trying to do it as many times as that ad becomes available. So I did actually a live taping of this one over there, and you get to see the final results, which was a positive review on the season. I bring up the Rumble thing because I was planning on filming my Star Trek Episode 8 recap on there first and then doing the edit after. But if that ad's not available, I'm certainly not going to go live. I'll just do it behind the scenes. I did a rant on movie theaters a couple days ago. Just the sad state of affairs that we're dealing with. And I just saw a thing come out today by AMC saying that they were going to give premium seating to Stubs members, the premium pass holders. I'm one of them. So now you're telling me I get the pick of the litter before the common peasants? Not only do I get to skip the long lines and go into my golden line, I get to pick a special throne for the king to sit in? Thanks, AMC. That's a dumb idea. As much as I like it, I do think it's not a good idea to alienate potential moviegoers and not make seats available for them because they're not Stubs members. Movie theaters are not making the right calls with some of this stuff. If they want to get people back into the theaters, they need to hammer down on the rudeness, the talking, people being on their phones. They need to have more ushers available to monitor that stuff. They also need to cut these prices way down. It's absurd. You take a family of four to a movie these days, it is $15 a ticket most of the time. So you're already, just to get in with a family of four, spending like $75. Wait, is that right? 15, 30, 45, 60 bucks. Plus you have to get drinks. I mean, you don't have to, but people like to get drinks and popcorn. You are going to hit $100. No problem. And all for what? To watch the new Jason Statham movie? Gross. To watch Jurassic Park 85? Yuck. Sad what's going on over there. But I guess I will get my throne if AMC implements this new feature. Last but maybe least is Star Wars Cooked. It's a new rant I put out mere hours ago. It's a long one. It's more of a podcast. There's no like real footage. I was lazy. I just had myself ranting and rambling on and on forever, 20 minutes straight about Star Wars and really how badly Disney has botched the whole thing. All right, enough promoting. Actually, no, I'm not done promoting. Let me do one more promotion. Patreon.com/AdamDoesMovies. There's only 3 tiers. There's the $1 tier, $5, and $10. At $1, you get access to all of the past videos that are behind the Adam Vault. It's like the Disney Vault, but better because it's my stuff. Over 350 videos are at your fingertips if you're a Patreon member. $5 and $10 get that same treatment, but at $5, you also get your name on the end card of every video on this channel as a supporter of the show. So you get to see your name beautifully in white lettering on my gradient blue background. It's lovely. I'm going to start putting them on the intro card to the live streams too. So just one more place to see yourself if you're a supporter. And the $10 members get those previous things, plus they get an exclusive video every month. It's random. Could be whatever I determine I think would be fun for people. This month it was a rant on roller skating rinks. It's like, I don't know, I feel like it's 12 minutes long or something. They're kind of stand-up-y. They're supposed to be funny, comical, hopefully brighten your mood a little bit. You're going to get a bonus one, though, if you're a $10 member this month. I have a Twin Cities Con video that I shot like 7 or 8 months ago at this point. I recorded the audio for it. I just have to edit it and put it out. So I hope to get that out in the next couple days. Before, it won't be the March video. This will be an extra bonus one for February. All right, now I'm done with my speech. Let's get into the chat. Are you on Rumble now? Wait, are you on Rumble now? I've been on Rumble forever. Why don't I see this? Why can't I click on this? What the fuck? What the? My side comments, when I click on them, it's always one above the one I'm trying to click on. So if I press on Rob, for instance, it actually goes to Jake. So I have to go to Will's to get Rob's. This is messed up. I don't like this at all. What the hell happened? Anyway, yeah, I've been on Rumble for like 2 years. I just don't promote it because it's Rumble. I'm a YouTube guy. But they invited me over there and they've been trying to get me some good ads. I think they're trying to make it not so, crazy over there. Because if you go to Rumble on the homepage, it's just complete far right propaganda as far as the eye can see. It's so skewed in one direction. It's very political over there. It's pretty disgusting. Obviously, there's a lot of money put into it by certain outfits, but if you can get past that, there might be some decent content over there. I don't know. I don't know. I never use Rumble. Is it any good? No. They got a lot of things that they need to work out still. Their studio is actually pretty solid, and they claimed they had a brand new version that was in effect, and it has not come out yet. I can tell you that much. It's the studio that they promised is not the studio they have delivered on. Supposedly, it's going to get way better. Does YouTube take half the super chats? No, they do not take half. They take 40%, I believe. It's really, if you Google how much YouTube takes on super chats, it's this weird, like guesstimate. There's no, they don't tell you exactly what they take. I think it varies, which is even more fucked up. Three people on Rumble right now. Well, Rob, it doesn't matter now. I can only do the Rumble ad if I go live via the Rumble Studio. So I'm live right now via StreamYard. I don't use the Rumble Studio normally when I shoot to YouTube and Rumble and Twitch. I'm also on Twitch for the one person that ever watches me there, because the Rumble Studio does not play well with YouTube comments, and I can't do a lot of the features and functions that I was told I could do. At some point, maybe I can use it permanently because it is free, unlike StreamYard, where I pay like $50 a month for whatever version this is. It would be nice to not pay. Got a super chat from World Traveler for $5. Thank you. Star Trek Starfleet Academy renewed for season 3 with Dylan Mulvaney starring as Athena's new chief engineer. Okay, I don't know what they're doing. Why? Who the fuck is it? Really getting great numbers? That's nuts. I don't know anybody that actually likes the show. Loved your Stranger Things recap. I'm from, is that Brazil? I don't know flags. I think that's Brazil. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, I am joking. Well, I honestly would not be surprised. I think I read that they're done filming season 2 already. But then again, I don't know what the hell. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's real and what's not anymore online. It's Brazil. Okay. Whew. I got one right. For an American, you seem to have British sense of humor, drier, cynical, and self-deprecating. I take that as a compliment. I'm very self-deprecating, and I do have a very dry sense of humor. I get that from my grandfather. May he rest in peace. Cookie Perkins. Earl Perkins, the real name, but we called him Cookie. Because one day he came, it's like the dumbest nickname ever, but his mom, I guess, brought donuts for the team, or the team came over to his house after a baseball game and they had donuts. And he said, "Why don't you have some cookies at my house?" And they were donuts. And so they call him Cookie Perkins. And it's just like the worst nickname story ever. So we always call him Cookie P. And no, he doesn't own the Perkins chain of restaurants, which is unfortunate. Rob, for $5. Thank you, Rob. Which film makes more money this year, Mortal Kombat 2 or Street Fighter? MK looks like the better film, but Street Fighter has arguably a better cast. I don't even think it's going to be a debate. Mortal Kombat's going to clean house box office wise. I don't think Street Fighter is going to even sniff the amount that more. You know what? We can figure this out history has a way of repeating itself. Street Fighter, the movie box office. So the original Street Fighter movie made 99 million worldwide. We'll generously say 100 million worldwide. Mortal Kombat movie box office. Ugh, it's putting me to the new one. 95 box office. 122 million worldwide. Granted, it got much better reception than Street Fighter, so word of mouth would pull it up. I'm honestly impressed that Street Fighter made 100 million. Now, there was the Chun-Li movie box office. That one pulled in a dismal 12.8 million worldwide off a $50 million budget. We cannot use the Mortal Kombat 2020, whenever the fuck it came out numbers, 2021, I think, because it was a COVID movie and they brilliantly decided to put it out on HBO Max day and date with the theatrical release. So nobody went to the theaters. But I have a feeling it's going to dominate the box office over Street Fighter. And it looks good. And this is coming from someone that did not like the last Mortal Kombat movie. Which are better? Which is better, Family Guy or Simpsons? I think longevity-wise, I'm a Family Guy. The Simpsons will always be near and dear to my heart, and it's always going to be the one that I champion. Even though I would say Family Guy, I mean, I still watch Family Guy new episodes, and I still laugh pretty regularly at it. So I think that they have continued to kind of keep their formula working for me. I know it's not for everyone. Simpsons is definitely the smarter of the shows, and it set the trend. I know, obviously, you had the Jetsons and you had the Flintstones first that catered to a more broad demographic, going after adults and kids alike. But Simpsons was really the one that put it on the map and set the standard, I think, for quality animation and humor. So I will say Simpsons is the king. However, I'm more partial to Family Guy. And I don't know what the hell happened to American Dad the last couple years. Holy crap, has that fallen off. American Dad was killing it for a long time, but the last few seasons, it's gotten so bizarre and focused on some of the worst characters ever. That weird dude, that like alien hybrid guy that talks like this, and he's not funny ever. And the musicals they throw into every episode, no, it's bad. It's just bad now. Goated Emerald. Why do I say these names? Goated Emerald. He's the soccer player, right? For $2. Thank you. Your opinion on BB fans review. Your opinion on BB fans review combing AKOSK, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. BB, is that Breaking Bad? Breaking Bad fans review bombing, I assume you mean, A Night of Seven Kingdoms. I thought it was the opposite. I thought there was fans review bombing Breaking Bad, that one episode. You should get 100% of your super chats. Have you considered posting your Cash App or something? Yeah, I know. But no, I haven't considered that because I don't have a Cash App. I have a Venmo, but I don't know. From what I've heard, people are more inclined and more comfortable to just use the in-app tool. It's right there. It's easier. So even though you're losing a good chunk of that money, you're still overall going to total out better than if you didn't use the tool at all. So. Did you grow up with Batman the Animated Series? That was my shit. Yes, I did. I really liked Batman the Animated Series. That intro was awesome. I love the Art Deco style to it. It was very cool. Should post the Venmo. The issue is I don't know how to then respond to those. Like, people typically like their comment up on the screen, And then I know right away when you send me a super chat or a Venmo, for instance, and I'm just not, I guess, I haven't looked at it close enough to know if there's a way to get Venmo to, work, play nicely with this streaming service. To answer the question about the review bombing, it's dumb as fuck. And I don't care what movie it is or show. Review bombing is just, it's ridiculous. I don't see the purpose. Like you're owning someone, somewhere, something. It's pathetic. If you saw it and you didn't like it, then put a review out and walk away. If you didn't even bother watching it and you're putting a negative review down, I find that to be silly and childish. Because I'm an adult. Because I'm very mature. Clayface doesn't get enough episodes in Batman the Animated Series. I agree. I love Clayface. He was my favorite villain. I know there's a movie coming out. I'm not sure how to feel about it yet. I'm going to have to see a trailer first. Have you heard the news that Back to the Future 4 is in the works? Bullshit. I don't believe it. And if it is, it's not true. You probably saw one of those dumb Facebook or TikTok like thumbnails or fake videos. And I don't do anything on Facebook outside of post my shorts. By the way, another self-promotion for you, because that's what we're doing tonight, I guess. I have made it my goal. One of my 2026 resolutions is to post 2 shorts / reels / TikToks every day. I take that back. Not 2 shorts. I'm not flooding a lot of the stuff on YouTube. I do them sporadically. I've been told that it's not wise to do a lot of shorts with your other videos. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. That's the bottom line. But I also want to differentiate the content a bit. So follow the channel. Follow me on TikTok. Adam Does Movies with a dumb little underscore, because I wasn't wise enough to get the handle while it was available. So it's Adam Does Movies with a dumb little underscore. Same with Instagram. And Facebook is even more of a shit show because I don't have the official Adam Does Movies page anymore. It is mine, but I no longer have ownership of it. Someone hijacked that shit like 6 years ago. And so I had to start a brand new Facebook page. And I only did it because Facebook invited me to join their creator program. And so I have to post 2 videos, 2 reels daily. So you can find me. I have around 820 subs or followers on Facebook because I've had to build up from scratch over the last couple months. I don't know how you find it. I don't have a URL to send you, but I'll eventually update my linked tree or whatever it's called with that. Got a super for my boy Michael here. Thank you, Michael. $4.99. Hello, good sir. Tips the hat. Any Scream 7 expectations / predictions? Kind of getting a Halloween Ends vibe from the one and only trailer, honestly. Yeah. I only saw the one teaser trailer too. They've released more. I'm not watching them. I only saw the one where the house is on fire. Most of it looks to take place at the Preston home. I have honestly 0 expectations at all. I'm going in about as blind as a bat can be. Obviously, I know Neve Campbell's reprising her role as Sydney. Prescott's back. Otherwise, I don't have any expectations. I hope it's good. I hope it's great. I genuinely am pretty fond of the Scream films. I did not care much for the last one, but that I feel like is an outlier. The rest of them have been consistently pretty great. I'm excited to see it, though. I'm going tomorrow. I don't know what time I'm going to. I put it down. I think it's the 7. I think I'm going to the 7 o'clock tomorrow. So look for that review on Friday. And hopefully Evil dies tomorrow night. Ghostface gets thrown into a metal crusher. No! Oh no. Yeah. Who's winning the movie draft? You, Cody, or Sean? Chico, I was very confident going into that thing and just as confident going out, an unearned sense of confidence. And the more I've sat on it, the more scared I am that I screwed the pooch with my Michael prediction being the highest earner for the year. I mean, I really don't know. I just had it. I felt it in my gut. I felt it in my balls that that was the right call. So I went with it. And Cody obviously snagged Avengers Doomsday, the far more comfortable, safe bet. But I took a shot. I took a swing. And it's either going to pay off for me or it's not. I think all my other predictions, though, are very solid. Very solid. Because they're the easiest, safest bets ever. Adam got the first pick, but bottled it. Cody will win. There it is. It's possible. It is possible. It was a unnecessary Hail Mary that I threw out of the gates. Cody says he's got it in the bag. As far as the prediction game goes, I'm not the best. I thought Avatar 2 was going to crash and burn. And that movie made me look like a damn fool. I didn't make that mistake twice, though. I didn't bet against Cameron with Avatar 3. And outside of that really piss poor prediction, I killed it when it came to the Oscars last year. I think I had 8 of the 12 predictions correct on who the winners were going to be. So it's just I'm inconsistent. Cody's definitely, I feel like, in the safest place with his picks. I think Sean's going to take last. I think it is a Cody or Adam game at the end of the day. Here's a random question. Favorite Thanksgiving movie? Well, what is it? I only know of like 3. There's Thanksgiving, there's Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and this is a very big stretch for me, but I put Addams Family Values in the Thanksgiving since they have the Thanksgiving Day play section of the movie. And I know it spans over a year or so, but I count it as Thanksgiving just for having some turkey representation. And that is going to be my pick. You may call it a cheat, but we do watch it every Thanksgiving. So it's a Thanksgiving movie to me. Addams Family Values is so freaking underrated. I think it's one of the funniest movies ever. And honestly, I should talk about it more. And if you haven't seen Addams Family Values or the first 2 movies, just full stop, watch them both. You probably should watch Addams Family first so that you appreciate the characters and the humor more going into the second one. And it honestly shocks me to this day that these aren't Tim Burton films because it has his style all over it. Hilarious, brilliant acting by all the characters, though, or all the actors. And then I would say Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, but I do like Thanksgiving as well. It's a fun slasher by Eli Roth. The Ref is a Christmas movie, sir. How are you getting a Thanksgiving movie? What? The whole movie is set at Christmas. Eli Roth is dragging his feet on Thanksgiving too. Well, he did that god-awful Borderlands movie, and I wonder if the studios are like, I don't know if we should give him money for more movies. That can't be the case, but... Planes, Trains, all the way. I love Planes, Trains. I love it. Can we... What is this nonsense, though? What, Jake, I know you got to be joking, right? The Ref is not a Thanksgiving movie. And it is hilarious. I love The Ref. I'm joking about Back to the Future 4. All right, Caleb. Hey. Funny joke. Funny fucking joke. I love annoying you. Have you seen the critically acclaimed, cinematic, awe-inspiring masterpiece known as Disaster Movie, Epic Movie, and Date Movie? Oh, masterpieces. I was going to correct your grammar there, but you actually had it. I misread it. Yeah, they're all terrible. They're all fucking terrible. I don't think I saw Date Movie. I saw Disaster and Epic, and they were epically disastrous. Son-in-law. Yeah, that might. Son-in-law, buddy. Pauly Shore, baby. Son-in-law's fine. I think it's probably the only Pauly Shore movie I can stand. Encino Man, I remember being all right back in the day, but it's been a hot minute since I've watched Encino Man. The first movie you watched on your own. I love when people ask me questions like I'm still 16 years old or something. Like I can fucking remember back a million years to the first movie I watched on my own. It's probably a porn. It's impossible. It's impossible for me to know that answer because it would have been just some random thing I saw on TV one day at home. If you're talking about the first movie I saw in theaters by myself, that would actually be a fun question, one I could maybe think of, like a movie that I went to by myself with no one else. I do it all the time now, because I have no friends and also I have this show to do. Man, that one might be possible to rattle the brain around and think about it. So I remember my brother went to a Transformers movie by himself and he walked out on it. It was Transformers, whatever the night one was called, Knight, The Last Night or something stupid. Last Night in Soho. Transformers Night at the Roxbury, still Knight. It's a weird crossover. He said it was exhilarating for him to go to a movie by himself. He walked out on the movie because it sucked so bad, which is fair. And so I think I did it not too long after him because he kind of got me frisky about going to a movie by myself. Fuck, what would it have been? I'm not going to be able to answer this question. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't. I don't want to give you the wrong information. The Last Night was the fifth one. Okay. What are your thoughts on the movie The Burbs? I didn't know there was a movie. I only know about the new TV series that's taking place right now with the strong female lead. And quite frankly, for a TV series in 2026, it's about time. No, Tom Hanks, The Burbs, it's a classic. I actually reviewed it maybe 2 years back on the channel. You can find that. You can find that review on my channel. It's a great flick. Uh-oh. I thought we were going to have a slow super chat day. I was starting to think that maybe this was only going to go an hour and nothing else, but shots out of a fucking cannon. Boom. Boom. We have a $200 super chat. Oh, wait, what is the A again? Oh, no. A current. What is the currency with an A in the front? Australian. Australian to American converter. 200. That's still 100. That's still $142. That's a huge super chat. Woo! Yeah! This time I'm gonna let it all come out. This time I'm gonna stand up and shout. I'm gonna do things my way. Yes, my way. My way or Australian's way. It didn't really flow well at the end there. My wife just texted me and said, honey, it's a lot. And then she said, OMG. I don't know if the OMG is for the super or for me singing Fred Durst randomly. You just don't know anymore. All I know is my wife could not be more attracted to me than she is right now. She said it's all for you and your stupidity. Okay. Adam will take it as an excuse to take a break. Are you out of your mind? You have no idea. You have no idea the bills stacked up in my name, as in debt, to pay off. Because I've made nothing but good choices in my life. Michael says, that was my plan for your wife to be more attracted to you. Michael, I thank you. Tip the hat. I come to you, tears in my eyes, and I say, sir, you're a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you very much. Did you even ask a question? What was the question? I got so excited. Oh, here we go. I don't have a question. Oh, okay, cool. Let's move on. Go. Just want to say your Starfleet Academy recrafts are keeping me going, even if they're wiping months off your life. The girl's so scandalous. There were some comments on that video where I did the thong song, arguably too much in the video. They were like, Adam can't remember the names of half this cast, but he knows all the words to Cisco's thong song. Not accurate. I did have to bring up the lyrics, and I did have to memorize just little bits at a time because I could not remember them. Ooh, that girl's so scandalous. And handle it. She's taking that thing like, who's the ish? Look in her eyes, so devilish. If I don't know it, I just kind of trail off on the words. That's the way to do it. This is how we do it. Oh, by the way, while I was working out today, while I was out of the house working, I overheard on the radio, I'm coming out. I want the world to know. And I laughed pretty hard because I've, for some random reason, sang that song in 5 or 6 different videos. The song's awesome. Adam, do you hoop? Oh, I've seen the movie White Man Can't Jump. White Men Can't Jump, actually. It's plural. And that's accurate. As tall as I am, I'm a tall, statuesque 6'4". I can barely grab the rim these days. You know, it's not the best rim job, okay? Back in my day, I could do a great rim job, but not so much anymore. I'm using that term correctly, right? That's the term for playing basketball and grabbing the rim. Jokes aside, I played basketball a couple years in high school. I wasn't very good. If I would have started when I was younger and, maybe got the dribbling skills down and the passing and the shooting and all that, maybe I could have been something and done something with my life. But no, I hoop for fun, but it's been many years. What are your favorite Disney animated movies? Finally, Caleb, a question that I can give a solid answer to. Beauty and the Beast. Emperor's New Groove, one of the funniest animated movie, I think, ever. Disney was freaking cooking with that. I like the golden years of Disney. So Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, I absolutely love. Aladdin is solid, a good old street rat. Rags to riches story, bangs a princess, gets a castle, everybody's dream. Newer Disney, honest to gods, I'm a fan of most like Disney animated shit just in general. I eat it up. I'm an animator at heart, so I love that stuff. I have a pretty good freehand. It was one of my few skills I had growing up. Big doodler. Went to a visual design. My degree is actually in visual communications, a 2-year degree from Brown College, not Brown University, Brown College. Fun fact though, I landed my first gig in web design because my boss, who was from Harvard or maybe Yale, one of the Ivy League schools, thought I was from Brown University. He looked at my resume and he said, Brown man, huh? He's like, our team's kicking your butt this year, and I don't know any of the teams or anything. I'm like, yeah, yes, quite right. No, we had fun though. And he never found out I was from some scam Brown College for-profit thing that would eventually get sued into oblivion and go out of business. But the joke's on me because I got nothing from them except for a lot of bills. Where did I go? I just trailed off on a fucking tangent that no one asked for. Oh, Disney movies. Yeah, new Disney movies. I like Tangled. I think Tangled's great. Big Hero 6 is solid. I'm a huge fan of Wreck-It Ralph. Not Ralph Breaks the Internet. Wreck-It Ralph. All the Pixar shit, especially the early stuff, I think is fantastic. Monsters Inc., Toy Story, Finding Nemo, other things. I don't know. They have a Wall-E. I love Wall-E. Ratatouille, Incredibles. I mean, yeah, I like a lot more than I dislike. I even thought Turning Red was good. I actually really enjoyed Luca. Very underrated flick. I'm coming out. Oh, Robin Hood's great too. That whistling at the beginning is so good. The Burbs TV show was awful and is a good example of why people can't stand modern day Hollywood with all the heavy-handed BS. It goes back a ways. There was an Uncle Buck. I've brought this up. It's been a long time since I've talked about it, but there was an Uncle Buck TV show. I don't think made it past the pilot. You can look it up yourself. It was played by a skinny black guy. Uncle Buck. The role famously made by John Candy, the fat white guy. They completely changed the entire identity of the character. It's not like Uncle Buck had all these other traits. He was a funny, white, fat dude who liked to bowl and smoke and gamble, and he was not great with kids. That was the character, so they changed it to a zany black dude who is thin and in shape, and what the fuck? Just weird. What a weird thing. Oh yeah, Lilo and Stitch is great. I love that. I hate these live action movies though. It just pisses me off. Justin, how do you handle sitting through watching a bad TV series because there are so many episodes to watch? A bad movie might be only 2 hours bad. Bad series can be 8 hours or more. Well, Justin, the money is why. Because I get paid to watch these bad shows. And also it helps that I can pick and choose what I want to cover. So for Alien Earth, I actually was invested early on. I wanted to watch the show. I watched it with my family. We thought the first episode was like, all right, it had potential. It was a little odd with some of the edits and things. And then the second episode immediately repelled everyone but me. I still wanted to continue the journey in the hopes that maybe it was a one-off and things would turn the corner. They didn't. I got more frustrated. I, of course, have this platform to share my frustration. And then I find out I'm not alone. There's an ocean of people that agrees. And that gives me more fuel and motivation to then use what I consider comedy and humor in my style to go back and recrap the events that take place and not only get my voice out there on the show, but also be the voice of other people that want to share in those frustrations, but maybe don't have the platform or the ability to say it themselves. That definitely is a huge thing. And then the incentive angle, making some coin from the video, seeing the subscriber numbers grow, seeing the view numbers grow, those are all benefits. So it's a cost, it's a cost reward sort of situation. It's miserable to watch, but in the back of my mind, I'm saying, okay, I can make this funny now. I can write some good jokes about it. So when I watch a show like Star Trek Starfleet Academy, you go in with an open mind and an open heart. And after a couple episodes really let you down, that's when you can just go to town on the thing. Occasionally, it might surprise me and do something half-ass decent, like I think it was the 5th episode was okay, but there was still plenty of jokes and observations to mine from it. So now when I watch it, I have my computer open, I'm paying attention, I'm making notes constantly, like I'm pausing it every 30 seconds at this point to make sure that I got character names noted, make sure I got the name of the location. I have subtitles on now. I'm really just a documentarian going through this show. It becomes more than just watching. It's analyzing, it's studying, it's crafting some humor around it. And then it makes it a little bit easier to digest. I actually think sitting through a bad movie is far worse because the movie, I'm chained into the theater. I don't have like a way to make notes without distracting or disturbing other people. And I wouldn't want to. I want to be like fully invested because sometimes a movie can win you over early on, but then lose you, or vice versa. That's tougher. Like sitting through Iron Lung, for instance, was miserable for me. And I know there's people, he has his fans, obviously has a massive fan base, Markiplier. He has 30 million, 32 million subscribers or whatever on YouTube. And I fucking knew as I was watching that movie, God, I'm going to get just completely eviscerated if I put out a negative review for this film. But there is no way in hell I could give this a positive because I was squirming and antsy in my chair. I was miserable watching this shit. I hated it. And so I had to let it be known. But yeah, that one is tougher for me because I already know as I'm watching, there's things running through my mind as to how it's going to be received. And it's never a good thing when you already know there's a massive audience chomping at the bit to burn you at the stake. Oh, Michael's back for $4.99. Thank you, Michael. Breaking news. Smiling Friends is ending on April 12th with 2 final episodes to conclude season 3. I don't know if you watched that show. No, Michael, I don't watch Smiling Friends. That's the animated thing, right? Is that on Adult Swim? Is that an Adult Swim show? I should try it out. I've run out of like animated adult comedies to watch. I'm basically just again watching Family Guy episodes I haven't seen at night. I don't watch Markiplier on YouTube, but I thought Iron Lung was pretty good. Oh, I'm glad you liked it, Michael. I just yeah, it did not work for me at all. Adam Does Movies. What's your favorite Star Trek series? I'm a Deep Space Nine guy. I I think I'll always be a Generations guy. Star Trek. I'm sorry, Star Trek: The Next Generation. I should specify. I was always into Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart. I like me some Data. I thought that show was awesome. Those movies all kind of sucked, which really bummed me out. I thought for sure they were going to knock it out of the park with the movies, but I grew up with Next Generation, and that's probably where I'll live. That said, I did not watch Deep Space Nine, and I heard Deep Space Nine is great. I also heard, not related to Star Trek as far as I know, Babylon 5 is really damn good. I did not see Babylon 5. I'm told that that's like the best. I did, however, watch, oh God, what's it called now? Battlestar Galactica, BSG, as we refer to it in the community. The new BSG from now 12 years ago or 15 years ago. God, yeah. Like 15 years ago. The new one. I loved BSG. Even the ending that was kind of lame and rushed, I was still on board with. They definitely botched that last season to bits and back and built up this whole like mysterious set of elders or whatever the six were that just kind of they half-assedly did. I don't know what happened. Did they run out of budget, or was it the writer's strike, or a combination of things? Either way, I was on the BSG train. Iron Lung was so bad it made me appreciate Shelby Oaks. That should be a crime. I think that's what I opened with in my review for Iron Lung. I said, perhaps I was too hard on Mr. Stuckman. Kay says, for $5, thank you, Kay. If you're running out of animated content to review, would you consider dipping your toes in Japanese animation? I've dipped. I've dabbled. My kids, if you mean Japanese animation, you mean like anime? My son is a massive anime fan. He's watched so much of it. Even not just like the mainstream stuff like Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Z Super, which I've seen a bunch of them. I love that stuff actually. But One Piece and a lot of stuff that my sister and brother have recommended to him, he's watched that I've never even heard of. The kids tried to get us to watch Attack on Titan. I think we only got 3 episodes in. I found it to be very corny, very over the top. I just could not get in. I couldn't do it. I'm told by them, I don't know if this is true, that you really have to push through, I mean, half of the first season or more, maybe season 2 is when it really pops off. But they said you have to get through these early stages and then the show just gets amazing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct them if they're wrong, I should say. Does it stay consistent from beginning to end, or is it true that there's some growing pains initially? Jenny for $4 with a super sticker. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate that. Would you consider dipping your toes in Japanese animation? Yeah. So to answer your question, yes, I definitely will dabble more if necessary. My real big problem is I just don't have time in my day. For those of you that don't know, I think many do now, I have 2 jobs. This is not my full-time job. I have a real job, I guess, as it were. I'm a web designer and developer. And that job has been very taxing as of late because I am the senior developer over there. I'm actually the only person that does all of the email design, the web design, and the front-end coding. Oh, and I do all the video editing as well. That got thrown on me a couple years ago when they found out that I can do video editing. So I do all that stuff, and it's for big clients like Harley Davidson and Polaris and BMW. So it's a big thing. And then people will all say like, well, couldn't you just do YouTube full time? And the answer is not even remotely right now. I would have to be in the millions range as far as subscribers go to even think about that as a possibility. Not saying it couldn't happen someday, but it seems very unlikely in the near future. I hope you get paid extremely well for your work. I think I do get, I mean, I do make good money at my day job for sure. And on top of that, you have, the 401k, healthcare. My healthcare is garbage, but I think that's just an America thing in general. And if I didn't have that, we would be completely fucked. My wife has, Crohn's. It's a disease that has no cure. So that just means we always hit our out of pocket right away every year. Have you heard of One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach? I hope I said that right. So I want to say Naruto. Connor, I think Connor says it's Naruto. I've heard of all of those. I have seen none of them. My son has watched, I think, every episode of One Piece. There's over 1,000 episodes. Naruto, I know he's watched most of, and Boruto, his son, I think his name Boruto. I don't know about Bleach. I don't know if he's watched that one. He has? Is Boruto the name of his son? Did he like Bleach? I'm yelling at my daughter through the wall. It's good stuff. It's a big house. Adam, did you do roasts for 50 Shades Part 2 and 3? I don't know, Jason Voorhees. I don't know if I did. Let me look really quick. So the 50 Shades Grey roast. Well, actually, let me look first. $50 Shades Grey. No, I only did the first one. That was a Patreon request. I had a thing on Patreon where you could, if you were a Mithril member, you could request a roast based on a list of roasts that I had, and the 50 Shades movies were on there. And the lovely patron only requested the first one, and I don't think anybody else ponied up for the other ones. And then it got too much for me to do them, so I stopped. And then I think I went to just a straight like $100 or I think it was $150 to do a roast, like a one-time fee. I think I made it a milestone thing in a super chat on a live. I should start doing those again. Maybe we can get people to fund the roast. Because the roasts take a long time to do. I have to watch the whole movie and write notes like I do with the recraps. The difference is the roasts don't pay out anything because nobody's searching for a random roast of the 50 Shades of Grey films. So the algorithm hates it and they don't push it at all. Oh, here's a good question from Douglas. Do your kids ever want to do the YouTube thing like their dad? Oh, did you hear that? So my daughter, Olivia, has a YouTube channel called Being Real with Olivia, real REEL, like a film reel. It's clever like that. And I did actually promote it a couple times. I think she has she had like 800 subscribers, I think, around that. I don't know what she has these days. She hasn't posted a video review in, God, a very long time, maybe 6 months or longer. And she was actually very funny. She was finding her own voice. She was doing good stuff. We were trying to figure out an angle for her, and kind of like what hall she could go down, what avenue was the word I was looking for. She could go down to kind of differentiate herself from all the other reviewers out there. And I thought, well, you're a teenage girl reviewing movies. That's already pretty damn unique for YouTube. Usually it's just a bunch of middle-aged white dudes. So that's unique. But on top of that, it would actually be pretty interesting to have you review movies that you normally teenagers would never watch, like Fight Club. I don't think there's a lot of teenage girls that get introduced to Fight Club. So I thought that'd be cool, like kind of like the React thing. So teenager reviews Fight Club, or watches Fight Club for the first time, or teenager watches insert movie. And they could be new movies or old movies, anything in between. And yeah, she did that. I think she reviewed Seven at one point. She did like a huge rant on that stupid Jack Black Santa movie. She just freaking hated it. I remember her running to her room and just going off for like an hour. We just heard yelling coming from her room. But she got busy with life. We moved from South Carolina. She's doing college classes now. She's got, high school. She's working. She's trying to get her driver's license. It's just a lot. So yeah, she had to focus on that stuff. Connor has no interest. He's a lot more introverted. Goated is back for $2. Thank you. Watch short animes. Edge Runners is peak fiction. I should ask Connor if he's seen Edge Runners. Bob Crenshaw for $5. Thank you, Bob. Who hangs their mouth more open in films? Kristen Stewart or Fucka Twigs? I think it's Kirsten. Is it? Oh, no, it's Kirsten Dunst. Kristen Stewart. I mean, it's got to be Kristen Stewart because I've only seen Fucka Twigs in that stupid Crow movie. Kristen Stewart opens her mouth in everything she's in. The bigger question would be, who's a larger mouth breather? Kristen Stewart or that Percy Jackson dude? That guy's mouth is open 24/7. If he was on a bike ride, by the end of that session, his stomach would be filled with bugs. I mean, just front to back flies. Has your son gotten into what the fuck? Yu Yu Hakusho? I don't know. Yu Yu Hakusho show or Hunter x Hunter, both incredible animes from the same creator. I know he's watched Hunter x Hunter and he thought it was awesome. You want to know what he's upset? So my son is one of those types that he will put 100% attention on one thing, and that's his thing. And everything else has blinders on. Right now, he is fully engulfed. Him and his buddy are fully engulfed in Blue Lock, which is a soccer anime show. And it's a manga. And he has a whole bunch of, we buy him all the freaking manga books. He's got like 34 of them so far. And I think there's a second series that he started to get into. And he plays the dumbass, whatever freaking Fortnite version of it is, or Roblox version of it is. It's just sad. It's just sad, but he loves it, and that's what he's going to be into right now. Blue Lock is great. Okay, well, it's good to know there's other fans out there. Hey, Olivia, has Connor... I know Connor's watched Hunter x Hunter. Wait, he hated Hunter x Hunter? Oh, it's just Hunter Hunter? Well, he put an X in there.
Yeah, it's Hunter x Hunter with the X is silent.
The X is silent? Well, that's just stupid. What about Yu Yu Hakusho?
No, that's nothing he would have seen.
Okay. I was told that he did not care for Hunter Silent X Hunter. Adam, my guy, where are you at with the movie? Where will you construct your set this time? I don't know where I'm at with the movie, gentlemen. I don't know anyone. I'm just a sad, miserable person who has a script and a dream with no one to get in contact with. So someone reached out unto me on LinkedIn, and he wants to help me. I think he's got money, and he's got desire, and he has some contacts. So we have been communicating for the last 48 hours, and that'll be another avenue that maybe will go somewhere, maybe it won't. I also did send the script to Murr from Impractical Jokers. He could have just been humoring me, and he probably doesn't have time to read it. I don't know. He is a great guy, though. He has been texting me like off and on every other day. He'll send me a funny video, or he'll say he watched some of my stuff and he was laughing. So I just don't know. Right now, it's just rotting away, waiting for the right time to shine. Oh, my wife chimed in and said, Connor got Berserk for Christmas, asked for it, and it's all porn, so Christmas more. Did someone ask about Berserk? I didn't see that. Where is Berserk in here? Anyway, yeah, Connor had a bunch of requests for mangas, and Lindsay got him Berserk, which is this massive, whatever shit. Oh, hentai equals Berserk. I don't know the difference between manga and hentai. Hentai. Well, now I want to see it. Okay, so hentai is porn. Well, so we bought him some porn for Christmas. Boys got to grow up sometime. He is 13 and definitely at the age, so it's very apparent that he knew what he was doing. Oh, that's fantastic. Adam Googling is it hentai or hentai? I hope Safe Search is on. Don't worry, it's the work computer, so it's good stuff all around. The walls in Adam's house are made of tissue paper. Olivia's literally right on the other side of this wall. But yes, it's a very tight-knit community here. Berserk is not hentai. I know it's not. We're just joking. Fourth 1000 for $10. Thank you, Fourth. Have you seen the new trailer for the A24 horror movie Backrooms? It started as a short film on YouTube, garnering 71 million views. The director is a 19-year-old. Your kids might know it, as I assume the translation from the end there. Olivia, have you heard of Backrooms? Yeah. Well, they're making it into a movie.
Oh, nah.
What is it?
It's like
Oh, she's here.
it's like some unemployment YouTube Shorts type stuff. Like they have a lot of games on Roblox and stuff too. Like Chained to the Backrooms. Like basically it's like a parallel universe kind of to this world.
Okay.
And there's like these paralysis demons who like if you like look at they each have their different rules. Like for example, one of them, if you look at them for too long, like it'll eat you. The other one, if you like say a certain word, it'll eat you. Like they each have their different
I gotcha.
different rules, different levels.
Okay, I lost interest. Thank you.
Uh,
All right, she is familiar with it, so the youngsters of today know what it is. Great. Shorts should not be made into full movies. I agree. They should be made into pants. Dad joke, baby! Here's another one. Look at the family being all active. I know. I got my wife texting me from upstairs in the comfort of her bed. She's probably got it streaming on her phone while she's on her laptop doing something, while Gilmore Girls is playing on the TV for the 80th round. Connor's probably, looking at some Berserk in his room with the door closed. Olivia's been spending a fucking hour in the bathroom getting her bedtime routine done. In the back room. Lindsay just texted me. Connor is sleeping. All caps. Have you checked? Have you checked if he's sleeping? Oh. Thanks for the update on that, but I actually said move, not movie. Didn't you say earlier that you had to move houses again? I'm sorry. I'm illiterate. I think we've established that for some time now. Yes, the move. Well, we moved into this tiny house that we pay a fortune for to rent. 7 months ago, 8 months ago. Our rent is 3 months from now is 9 months ago. In 3 months, our rent has to change over to the new year, and they're asking for a $700 price increase per month. So that's fun. That's life. We are trying to negotiate that down, basically saying, hey, you're kicking us out on the streets because there's legitimately nothing else available to rent anywhere nearby us. And the stuff that is out there is so massively overpriced for like a fraction of the house. It's disgusting. We're working on it. The only other option at this point would be to just straight up get ripped off and buy a home, which I also don't want to do because the prices are so much and you're getting so little compared to, 10 years ago because the housing market's just so freaking grand. As for right now, we're in limbo. We don't know. We haven't heard back from the property people. This whole rental community is owned by BlackRock or some other giant corporation. So I'm talking to a middleman person down at the clubhouse who then has to pass that information on to the higher ups who will then, they'll count their different numbers and they'll look at the charts and the schematics and they'll figure out how they can screw me over somehow. It's all great. It's all great. As for right now, we're here. Paul Bros for Never for $5. Thank you, Paul Bros. Is there anything you think Disney could have done to retain the golden age after Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Little Mermaid, Lion King? I do. I think they could have not abandoned 2D. I think they were making all the right moves in 3D. Obviously, you'd be stupid to say like they shouldn't have gone to 3D. They had so many amazing films after Toy Story. Thanks to getting oh my God, I can't even think of the name now. Pixar. Thanks to teaming up with Pixar. And Pixar was only off on their own, I think, for The Incredibles. It was only 1 or 2 movies, and then Disney straight up just bought them. And they're like, yeah, we're keeping you. We tried going on our own. Wasn't great. Let's get you back in-house. but that doesn't mean they had to straight up abandon 2D animation. They could have perfected it. They could have taken it in unique directions. And the other thing that just really killed them was giving up on unique stories. They got scared because some of them didn't profit as much as they wanted, like Lilo and Stitch and Emperor's New Groove and Princess and the Frog. But that doesn't mean you just completely get rid of the entire idea of making 2D movies or having original IP as much. So they just really lost their way, and they quadruple dipped at this point on sequels, prequels, remakes, live action reboots. And it's just a sad state of affairs, especially when other companies like Sony Animation Studios are putting out those beautiful Spider-Man films. Or, you just saw the K-pop Demon Hunters movie, how great that looked and how amazing the presentation was. Disney stopped championing the creative side of its company, and instead it just became this behemoth corporation hell-bent on just making profit and nothing else. Star Wars is the perfect example, which is what I bitched about earlier today on a video. Bing Bong for $5. Thank you, Bing Bong. What Harry Potter movie would you have? One other thing on Disney, I actually really enjoy. Well, I did. We don't go anymore, obviously, but I really enjoyed taking my family to their parks. We knew a way to kind of like get around all the lines and the noise, and it was by going off season, which that doesn't really even exist anymore because it's always just a shit show busy. But we had a blast going to Disney and Universal Studios. And there's one thing you will notice if you go to a Disney park, any of the four. It is all steeped in the classics still. It's all Mickey stuff, 2D animated. It's all Little Mermaid, Lion King, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Peter Pan, Robin Hood. There is nothing of this new live action trash because they know it's trash. They know it's just cashing in on the nostalgia. And so it's just so depressing to not see any new characters really being showcased outside of some of the, obviously the Pixar 3D stuff, but you don't have any more iconic characters after those, those huge hits in the 90s. They should still have new stuff being featured. Okay, now let's move on. Bing Bong for $5. Thank you. What Harry Potter movie would you ask for a remake out of the original 8? I don't think I'd ask for a remake. I love them all in their own ways. But if I was forced to, and we're in some weird world where the actors are the same ages and we can just redo the movie, I think is what you're asking for, because it would be weird to just remake one of them with new actors or AI. I would say the second one is the weakest for me. That's the one that I think kind of misses the mark a little bit too much, especially when the book is really solid. That second movie should have the tone of the third movie. And I get Christopher Columbus is a great director. I still really like the first Harry Potter, and the second one's watchable for sure. I still enjoy them all. But that second book is pretty damn dark. And it really has that kind of thriller murder mystery vibe going on with the frozen kids and who's doing it or what's doing it. And so I think getting the Alfonso Cuarón treatment one movie earlier would have been pretty awesome. It would be definitely a harsh change from the tone of the first. We could have eased into it though. Maybe it's not as dark as 3, but it's not near as silly and kiddish as 1. You find a nice middle mark. Oh, I got to catch up. I'm seeing a lot of people complain about their insane rent prices. We're all just worker bees gathering honey for our queen, aren't we? Unfortunately, traditional 2D animation wouldn't do well in theaters today, even if the movie was great. What, didn't Spider-Man do great? I mean, really? You think so? I thought the Spider-Man movies did really well. And I think that Ninja Turtles movie did well too. I'm not saying you go full 2D animation. I'm just saying utilize, Disney shut down those entire departments. I don't even think they have a traditional like hand-drawn animation studio, nor do I think a lot of the people working today know how to do that type of animation. I'm just saying you could have done a hybrid thing. They could have not ran away so much from what made them so unique. I think I'm oh wait, no, I'm not. Oh, I missed two. Ya boy for $5. Do you think a traditional 2D Disney movie would do well in this day and age? I do fear lots of new generations wouldn't enjoy it as much. I disagree. I think it would do fantastic. It just needs a compelling set of characters and a great storyline. No, the 2D wouldn't be like 95 animation. Obviously, it's grown leaps and bounds in terms of what the tech can provide with the animators, but I think they could have found a way to marry the two together. There's definitely room for it. Could it make $1 billion? Probably not, but I don't think Disney always needs to set its sights on $1 billion movie. In fact, if you're a company as large as Disney, I think the win is to not necessarily always strive for the massive, big pull in the box office. They have so many ways to make money off of a property. Instead, they should focus on just finding some iconic character that they can develop or that they can take from one of the old classic stories that they've repurposed for all of these things like Beauty and the Beast and whatnot. And then in the long run, they have made a character that's memorable, that they can put on clothing, that they can put in their theme park. And sure, maybe the movie out of the gates didn't make $600 million or whatever they're used to, but over time, it grows into something much stronger. There's just some of the movie. I mean, my God, what's that A24 movie that we just freaking love? Our family loves, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. Did not see it in theaters. It had a very limited run. It had great word of mouth. We watched it at home, and then we watched it 2 more times. I freaking love that movie. I even went on the A24 store at Christmas, and they have a little tiny Marcel the Shell that you can buy. Very well handcrafted thing. I got it, and as a fun tradition, we would just randomly take him and put him in different parts of the house all the time. So it felt like he was a living character in our home, moving around the house. And so it puts a smile on my face when I'll go over and I'll be cooking something and I'll move a box and there he is. We have a lot of rules. Obviously, you can't put him in a sketchy situation where he could break, or you can't put him somewhere so ridiculous that no one will ever find him, like on the top of a ceiling fan. But it's just fun having Marcel in the house. And so that's what I mean about not necessarily getting that money back from the investment right out of the gates, but it's a long-term strategy, and Disney is one of the few companies that can definitely do that without really taking a hit on the pocketbook. Bob Crenshaw's back for $5. Thank you, Bob. Sir Adam, as someone who hasn't seen Game of Thrones or the Dragon Thing, would it be worth watching Night of the Seven Kingdoms, or would I be lost? As someone who watched all of Game of Thrones and retains virtually none of the information from it because I have had my brain wiped by so many garbage straight to streaming movies and whatever Tyler Perry puts out next week, I can tell you with the utmost confidence that A Night of the Seven Kingdoms stands on its own, no issues. There are Easter eggs, and there's a literal character named Egg, but there are Easter eggs and things that fans will obviously appreciate. I'm guessing I caught maybe 20% of the fan appreciation or the characters that are referenced or have bigger roles later. Because honestly, if you didn't read the books, you're not going to get a whole lot of the behind the scenes stuff. I mean, the book readers have told me like, oh, this character is very important later and he's going to help shape Westeros for centuries to come or some shit. It's like, great, cool. I don't care, nerd. I'm watching this show. On its own, it definitely works. And because the episodes are between 30 minutes and 40 minutes, it's a very easy watch. Even if it's a little slower to start things out, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. In fact, I think this show is far better if you can just go through it in 1 or 2 sittings. because it's basically a movie. It's a couple hours if you put it all together. The last episode's, I think, 25 minutes or something. It's essentially an epilogue. Definitely give it a shot, though. I think you'll be happy with the results. Ski dee 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 dee. Salty Bay for $5. Thank you, Salt. How would you rank Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, and Knights of the Seven Kingdoms? Not fair. Not fair. How Game of Thrones has what, 8 seasons or something? I only watched half of the first season of House of Dragons, and Knights of the Seven Kingdoms is essentially a short story turned into a movie. It's just it's a hard ask. So far, if we're just doing one season of each, I would say Game of Thrones season, going worst to best, House of the Dragon is worst, then Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, and then Game of Thrones. Season 1 of Game of Thrones is awesome. And that's more, I guess, what I was really into from that world. I really enjoyed A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, but I think without Game of Thrones, we're not even going to see this show. So, yeah, I got to put Game of Thrones first. Just season 1 speaking. Although I think Game of Thrones stayed very, very solid until the final 2 seasons. And that's when the wheels really started to fall off. Adam is Fiverr for $10. Thank you, Adam. Great name. Appreciate seeing you again. If you had to guess, why is Disney being seen as far more negative than Universal or Warner Brothers? Especially when Universal did a remake of How to Train Your Dragon. Financially, Disney has the best year for movies. Financially speaking, I don't know what fools are saying. There is a cottage industry on YouTube for just shitting on Disney. And I've fallen into the trap of watching some of these videos over the years because YouTube loves feeding them. They love that negativity. So I've seen like some videos by the sorry bunch that makes it their end all be all to just crap all over Disney and all the people associated. I got that out of my system very quickly. I learned what they were doing. And then there were the theme park people, and that was even more funny. There are channels. YouTube's a wild place. There are channels dedicated to like looking at the financial reports and the daily park activity and traffic. And they put out videos every single day. And they call themselves like the Disney blog or the Disney travel, whatever. It's all just bullshit. Like they just fucking hate the company. And all they do is pretend like they used to be fans and now they hate them. And so they're just watching their demise. But there is no demise. Disney is making tons of money. And if you ever see a video channel where they're like, Disney's fucked, they're cooked, they spent so much, the parks are losing money, blah, 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 it's all nonsense. The worst case scenario for Disney is it's not making as much money this quarter as it did last quarter, but it's still making an insane amount. If it loses money on a couple of films, they don't give a shit because they have made so much off the theme park and the other merchandise and stuff that they have under their name. Keep in mind, these companies own way more than you and I even know. It's not like Disney just has a theme park, movies, and whatever. They probably own a division of microwaves, a division of whatever. It's made fun of on 30 Rock, which is a brilliant show, but how NBC has a microwaves division and all these other like affiliates that make them money. They're not going anywhere ever. So the reason they're hated is because people actually love them. And so it's like seeing a best friend start doing everything you hate in this world. You feel betrayed. Most people in their 40s grew up absolutely loving Disney, watching all the movies, quoting it all, can't wait for the next thing to come out, buying them on VHS or whatever. And now to see them just remake every single thing under the sun, and you feel dirty about it, and you know they're just doing it because it's bringing in money. And then if you grew up in the 90s or 80s and you loved going to the theme parks, knowing that you now have to pay $7 or $8 for a fucking pretzel, the inflation's gone up, but not like that. So they are just destroying the fan base. They're pissing us off to a point where it's greedy. They're taking us for granted and then get away with it because so many people, it's like a battered relationship. The spouse keeps going back for more. It's a bad cycle. I threw my glasses during that rant. Universal just doesn't have the branding that Disney has. It's the same. It would be like, why do people hate Nintendo more than Xbox or something? It's because Nintendo's Nintendo. They're the Disney of video game companies. You know their characters. What does Microsoft have? Halo? They didn't fucking have Halo anymore. Master Chief? What do they have? So Universal, obviously people know some of their properties, but not to the extent they know Disney. And also Universal's theme parks just are, they feel less greedy. They feel less take advantage of-y, even though they're probably doing all the same shitty practices Disney has. I will tell you, as someone that has been to the theme parks multiple times each, because I actually really like going to them, I'm way more drawn to Universal and what they have to provide these days. I'm going to Disneyland next month during the food and wine event. Can't wait to gain 20 pounds from awesome food. Yeah, that sounds amazing. Where do you like to sit when you go to the movies? And do you prefer a packed crowd to have the room more to yourself? Well, I used to like dead center in the movie theater, right on the money, in the middle. Nowadays, I pretty much sit at the AMC, there's an entire row dedicated to handicapped folks. There's never a handicapped person in there, let alone enough handicapped people to necessitate an entire row. So when you go on the phone app, you can choose where you want to sit. I always choose one of the handicapped seats, and then a little message comes up and says, hey, if there's a handicapped person here, you'll have to move. That's fine. I don't give a shit. There's never one there. So I always choose that spot. And the reason is it's still back far enough from the screen where it's not going to be awful. I got room to stretch out. And also then I don't have to see all the phones that people bring up all the time. That said, most of the days I go are Thursday at 6 o'clock. Sometimes I try to get an earlier one in. There's rarely many people there. We're talking maybe 5 or 6 people total. And this AMC does have larger divider walls and seats, so it is a lot more private. You feel a little bit more contained from seeing the dipshits around you. But yeah, nowadays I try to sit close enough to the screen where people don't piss me off, but far enough back where it's not miserable. If it's a light showing, I'll go in the middle. As far as the audience, it's going to be very dependent on the type of movie I watch. I notice people in horror films tend to be a lot more annoying. I don't know what it is about that audience, but they seem to be a lot louder. They talk during it more. They pull out their phones a lot. They get up and leave and come back. Maybe it's the expectations that horror movies just are lower budget. They're typically not as well crafted as some of the others. So the people that show up don't care as much. They're just there for the kills, and otherwise they're checked out. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's a rougher crowd for sure. If it's a big film like an Avengers or like Dune coming out, I want a full theater. I want an experience with an audience because movies should be appreciated with a large group of people. And that's what I'm here for. As long as they can stay fucking focused for 2 hours, if their ADD riddled brains can just sit and watch a film without having to get on their stupid apps, that would be lovely. I yearn for those times again. Merlin Troutman for $5 again. Thank you, Merlin. I just don't get how everyone is praising How to Train Your Dragon remake when it's just the animated movie. Feel like if Disney did that, people would riot. Disney does do that, and I also agree with you. Fuck How to Train Your Dragon live action remake. Oh, congratulations. You made a movie that looks and feels a little bit like the animated one. It's still worse. and it's still the same freaking movie, but not as charming. It's just stupid. I said that in my review. I think I said the movie was about as good as a live action soulless remake can get, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. I tolerated it. I still will choose the original version every day of the week. It would have been one thing if they did something different with it, but they made the same movie almost shot for shot. It's crazy. Paul Bros for Never, $5. Thank you. My 5-year-old is just starting to watch movies. Any movies you recommend showing her? 5 years old. I think you go with the Disneys. I think that's about where you're going to get with a 5-year-old. Show them all the classics. I mentioned a whole bunch of them. I don't know if I'd go Bambi. Bambi's maybe a little too. I never cared for Bambi that much, but you know, your Cinderellas, your Snow Whites, your 5 years old is tough. I would just go with the loftier ones that there's not really a lot of thinking involved or anything too heavy. Lion King's tough. You know, you have death in that one. It's a brutal kill. It's really sad. Aladdin's probably fine. I don't think it's too scary ever. The Cave of Wonders might be a little bad for her, but otherwise, yeah. Frozen's fun. If you don't want to go Disney, God, I can't remember what I was showing my kids at 5. I was probably showing my son Connor Logan at 5. So I'm not one to really get advice to about what to show your kids at that age. My kids were probably watching like The Goonies, Sandlot, Home Alone. Yeah, I mean, I don't really think it could get much further than that. Dunstan Checks In. I don't actually think I've seen Dunstan Checks In. Sonic? You'd show Sonic, Mario? I don't know. 5 is tough, but yeah, anything that's colorful and has some singing in is probably going to hold the attention. That's how they get me. The Human Centipede 1 through 3. Rich Monk for $9.99. Thank you. Movie that scared you the most. Exorcism of Emily Rose for me. I'm going to tell you one that always disturbed me, and apparently my wife just watched it with my son a few days ago. Because Connor's into the scary movies now. He wants to be wowed. He wants to be thrilled. When he's not, of course, reading hentai porn. He wants to watch some scary movies. They watched Jeepers Creepers a couple nights ago. I remember seeing that movie in theaters because I'm young, and I was pretty freaked out by it. It was one of the few times where I was disturbed by a movie to that level as a teenager. I was like, damn, this is pretty cool. I'm kind of scared by this. I think I saw it twice in one night at the theaters. Very rare when that, I don't know if that's ever happened to me before where I saw the same movie 2 different times in a day. No, it's happened one other time. So I watched Jeepers Creepers with my buddy Clint down in a city theater. It was like the Eden Prairie Theater. And I was supposed to see my wife that night for a date, and I promised I'd take her to the movie. So I ended up going again that night. And thankfully the movie was entertaining enough where it wasn't a big deal. And since I knew what was going to happen ahead of time, I was able to like flex my arm for when she buries her fingers into it because she gets scared. And that's apparently what she needs to do. Also, I think it's an excuse for her to harm me. The other movie I saw that at, oh God, Lindsay, why do you text me when I'm filming? She throws me off when she does this. Who did you go to it when you went twice? Oh my God, it better have been. It was Clint. Now my wife's jealous of who I potentially saw that movie with back in when the fuck ever Jeepers Creepers 1 came out. 2004? I don't know when that was. It was Clint. So you should be jealous. Anyway, they watched it a couple nights ago and they said it was corny. It didn't hold up. They showed the Jeepers Creepers thing a lot in the film. And I don't know if it's a technology thing because new TVs just show things a lot clearer. So he didn't look scary. I thought he was in the dark most of the time. Regardless, that was always the one that kind of got me. that and the old lady Zelda, the sister Zelda from oh my god, what is it called? Now I have a brain fart because of this whole interaction with my wife. She always throws me off my game. Pet Cemetery. The sister in Pet Cemetery freaked me the fuck out, but I was probably 5 when I saw that film. That guy was asking for movie suggestions for his 5-year-old. Throw her at Pet Cemetery. That'll traumatize the little kid. Traumatized me. I watched Pet Cemetery not that long ago. Yeah, that's not scary at all. Now that movie's very corny. It's just amazing what time does and how the human brain changes. Merlin Traubman for $5. Thank you. Also, is there a moment you got so angry at a friend or family member's reaction of a movie? Like a movie you loved, they hated, and it made you disappointed? Yeah, I know there has been. The most recent one is actually, it's the Uno reverse card. My wife was pissed at me because I talked up the Substance for like a good week or two straight. I thought the movie was awesome. I knew the ending was a little out there. It was even a bit much for me, just in terms of the tonal shift, and I didn't vibe with it that much. But the movie overall, I thought was fantastic. She fucking hated that movie. I think we fast forwarded the last like 10 minutes just so she could see the final ending, but she just hated it. And she was pissed at me. She like wouldn't talk to me for a day. It was ridiculous how over the top she was mad. And yeah, I lost some points as far as my recommendations to her. She didn't trust me for a while. I had to build up some faith in her again. I recently recommended The Housemate because I knew that'd be more her speed, and she absolutely loved that. We watched that together at a nice night. So I think I'm back in her good graces. But yeah, holy shit, the Substance pissed her off. As far as me being upset with someone not liking a movie, I know there has been. Oh, you know what? I was disappointed by my kids not that long ago. District 9. I really like District 9. I think it's a pretty tough watch. It's definitely got some hard-hitting moments, like when he's converting into an alien because he got that shit splashed in his face and his eyes. That's tough to watch, but my kids both bailed, I would say 45 minutes in. They were like, yeah, not interested, Dad. Swing and a miss. And so I was pretty upset about that, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Love for District 9. Appreciate it, Christopher. It's a shame that director peaked there and would never go on to make anything of value ever again. What a waste. District 9 is a little overrated. Okay, well, I don't know if anybody ever talks about it anymore outside of what I just did. Oh man, I hate the part when his nails come off. Nails freak me out. Yeah, that whole part in the bathroom, and then he like projectile vomits the black all over his birthday cake. Gentlemen, it's been an hour and 40 minutes. We have been having the time of our life, and I owe it all to you. Hey baby, but I've been waiting for so long. Anyway, we should probably get wrapping this up. This was a great night. That $200 super chat really kind of like put a spring in my step, and then after that, it's just been an avalanche of super chats and great comments and questions. No love for Chappie. Chappie's crappy. I did not like Chappie at all. Johnny Five is better. Yeah, Short Circuit is where I like to live. Chappie sucked. I didn't like Hugh Jackman with the mullet. I didn't like who is that band that they promoted the whole movie? Oh, I know my ugly boy. Do, 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 do. I listened to some of their songs. They weren't bad. They're kind of a cool rap duo, but fuck, what was the name of that band? Props to anyone who can name the rapper duo from Chappie. Die Antwood. There it is. Troy knew it. Die. Ooh, I love my ugly boy. Is it Dire Antwood? Maybe it's Dire Antwood. I was disappointed you didn't like the Warriors. Yeah. Rudy's so pissed off that I thought that stupid Warriors movie sucked balls. He's still mad a year later. We're still hanging that on. You're still upset with me, Rudy. Have we not moved on to me not thinking Superman was great? That movie was mid as fuck. To me not liking that stupid 28 years later. I saw, Rudy, I didn't watch your fucking video because your headline had me in a tizzy that you didn't like Marty Supreme. Saw your thumbnail. Don't think I didn't see your stupid thumbnail where you're like, yeah, so I didn't like Marty Supreme. Am I the only one that didn't like this movie? That's my favorite. I should do a rant. That'll probably that'll have to be a bonus rant for Patreon because that doesn't really fit into movies. And now I'm going to get a bunch of people commenting on my next video, but I fucking hate when people say, am I the only one that didn't like this? Yeah, you're the only one. Out of the kabillion people on planet Earth, you're the only asshole who has a unique opinion on a movie, you stupid fuck. No, you're not the only one. You know you're not the only one. Am I the only one? Marty Supreme sucked? Wow! Oh my God, what is happening? Marty Supreme was in my top 10 last year. Granted, it wasn't a great year for movies, but still, that was a fun-ass time. Tell your daughter to name her channel Strong Female Reviewer. That's a better name than what I came up with her, for sure. If she ever gets back into it, maybe we'll rebrand at some point. Did you see the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer? Looks good. I agree. It looks good. The Mortal Kombat 1 trailer looked good, too, and we saw how that turned out. Not trying to be a negative Nancy. Not trying to be a terrible Thomas. Not trying to be a Debbie Downer. Not trying to be a butthurt Barry. I just think that we have to set expectations aside for Mortal Kombat. Bob Crenshaw. Rocky loves Emily. Rocky loves Emily. Three Ninjas shout out, baby. Here's another one. Oh, shit. Speed Racer is freaking goated, Michael. I agree. If I ever get to a point where I'm a multimillionaire, I assume that'll be by next year. It is a dream of mine to one day have my own movie theater. And in it, it would just be Speed Racer 24/7 playing. The most crystal Dolby surround imaginable, the most beautiful screen imaginable, seats that can really take in the amazement the Wachowskis put on display, because the Speed Racer film is fucking awesome. Bing Bong for $5. Thank you. Daughter made me watch A Girl in the Basement, and I'm scared. True story about a father just doing indescribable things to his daughter. Screwed up. Oh my God. Sounds like what I heard the Epstein Files is like. Yikes. I don't care for movies like that where there's kids being harmed. I had a hard time with Bring Her Back. That one was a tough watch because those kids were being just freaking tortured. We're finally getting it in 4K soon? Really? Speed Racer's getting remastered? Nice. Or is that something else? The one with the artist formerly known as Ellen Page was Hard Candy, I think. Hard Candy is the one where she baits him into like taking her in because she knows he's torturing girls, and then she flips the script. Unless there's another one that she's in, that's possible. Love how you wait until after your worst joke to ask subscribe. I needed to do that more often, make a terribly inappropriate or just low effort joke and then do the subscribe again. I haven't been doing that lately. Do you think the Wachowski siblings will ever make another hit movie? No, I don't. I think they're completely freaking gone. They haven't made a good movie in a long time. I did not care for what the fuck was that? Well, there was that terrible. Oh my god, I'm forgetting the names of them. The one that was based on a book or something that was like 4 different stories smashed together sucked. They did not do V for Vendetta. They did not do V for Vendetta. They produced it, I think. No directing there. They did that. Is it Cloud Atlas? Cloud at Ass is what I call it. And then they did the one with Eddie Redmayne. I did roast that movie. Yeah, Cloud at Ass was terrible. And then they did the one app Jupiter Ass Ending. That movie I roasted to hell and back. That's a very funny video. If you can find that Jupiter Ascending roast, that's good stuff. And then the one Lana, I think, did Matrix 4, and that's one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my fucking life. And I hate everyone involved in that movie. Hi, Adam. How are you? I'm good. Raj? I'm good. I'm about to get off and then shut down the stream. Bing! Subscribe. Yeah, no, I think I'm about done. It's pushing on 2 hours. It's late, and you have to imagine how excited I am to get some shut-eye, because tomorrow morning I get to wake up like Charlie getting that golden ticket. I got a golden ticket. I get to get on my laptop, bring up a fresh sheet of document paper, and get to watching Star Trek Starfleet Academy Episode 8 for the recap. My wife says, yeah, we have Below Deck or GG or Middle or Berserk. What is GG? My wife's back into watching The Middle. That show's not great. That's the mid. Oh, it's fine. It's about as lame as a sitcom as it's like comfort food sitcom. Episode 8, recap it. Yeah, I will be. Oh, Gilmore Girls, GG. I should have known that. And the last super chat of the night is from Rudy for $5. He says, I love you. I can't get this to show up right. I love you too, champ. Right back at you. Someone yelled out Gilmore Girls. Yeah. Is Cougar Town actually a good sitcom? The only thing I've seen from Cougar Town is that hilarious Scrubs ending dream sequence. I saw it on YouTube. It was very funny because I know it's the same dude that did Scrubs, did Cougar Town. Also, shout out to Scrubs for coming back. I really hope it's good. I had no idea Berserk was going to hit like that. Yeah, that'll be an ongoing joke now in the house and probably here. Adam, what is your favorite, most funny video we should watch on your channel? Oh, that's a good question. Guy, you know what? The audience might have a better suggestion than I do because I haven't watched my stuff in a long time. I'm partial to my movie roasts. I think those are probably the funniest things I've done. But what's a good one? I just rewatched, actually. I did watch part of my roast for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. That's a pretty damn funny movie roast. That one's pretty funny. I would check that out. I would just go through the movie roast playlist. Those are pretty damn good. That's where I would start. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Guys, thank you. This was an amazing live stream, as always. Oh, the Alien Earth recaps are really funny, too. I agree. Those are really good. Also, the The Trap movie roast is a classic. I'm still laughing at the Stranger Things recraps. A tweet-a-lead-lead, a skeet-a-dee-dee, tweet. Fuck yourself, Robin. Nobody likes Rockin' Robin. Yeah, the Stranger Things recraps are funny as shit. Oh, there was a... Oh, All's Fair is a very funny recap series. I'm sure plenty of people in this live did not watch my All's Fair recaps. You actually should. It's the Kim Kardashian TV show. Those recaps are hilarious, if I do say so myself. And I just said so myself. All's Fair recaps are really good, for sure. All right, guys, this was awesome. Have a great night, and I will see you next Wednesday for another live stream, but you'll see me sooner, hopefully, watching that Star Trek recap tomorrow afternoon. And then a Scream 7 review on Friday, and then I'll probably do a Scream spoiler video on Saturday. It's just always something. It's always something, baby. Have a good one.